Welcome back with your entertainment news now. Devo Brown, we're talking about some comments from Ethan Hawke, who, by the way, I love.
Yeah, a lot of people do. He is very charming. Like, he's just a nice dude, and he's worked hard throughout his career. Very talented. He can do the music stuff. He does, of course, all the acting. His daughter, Maya Hawke, in a podcast last week with Happy, Sad, Confused, she said that she knows several smart directors who have been told by producers that they must cast actors who have a huge Instagram following. So this is kind of, they're like, oh, we need to do this so the project will move forward. So they told her that if you are, or you have over a certain amount of followers, you can get the movie funded in that way. So Ethan chimed in. He was asked on a red carpet at the Berlin Film Festival about his daughter's remarks. And he said, he's also run into this problem. He goes, sometimes I'll be setting a movie up and someone will say, oh, you should cast Susie. I'm like, who is she? Well, she has 10 million followers. I'm like, okay, cool. Has she acted before? No. And you're like, okay. Wow, this is gonna help me get the movie made? This is crazy. So he said there's this kind of weird thing. So if you don't have a public-facing platform, I don't have a career. If I get more followers, I might get that part. Because this is strange. He went on to say that, you know, young actors think that being an actor is protein shakes and going to the gym. He goes, go into the gym if you want, go to the gym if you want, but that doesn't make you Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro is not great because he has a six-pack. He's so much more than that. He says his daughter has taught him so much about social media. And look, people are gonna say this is grand coming from Maya Hawke and Ethan Hawke, because they're going to throw the Nepo baby stuff out of this, right? Because she's had a very good career.
She's proven herself, though.
But she has, not just as an actor, but as a director as well. Like, she's been really, really good and very talented. So you can throw that at her, sure, but she's proven herself, as you mentioned. Ethan, when I spoke to him, this is TIFF 2023, it was kind of along those lines, where when there was that Nepo baby kind of talk, and I was like, what do you say to younger stars? How do you deal with them when they're on set? And it's kind of that vibe, and this is what he had to say. When you think about those experiences and you're on set now with younger people, how do you balance the fact that you want to say, hey, like, just watch out for this or think about that, and let them still find out and learn experiences on their own?
The one thing I've learned is that, you know, the only advice that's ever any good is when it's asked for. If people don't ask for it, they don't want to hear it, you know? But it's what you do that matters. And like, if you really want to be a good mentor to young people, show up on time. Do the work and let them, they'll get it, they'll get it.
So you say, lead by example, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If we were to base people's talents, what they offer on their Instagram followers, on their social media followers, we'd be in a really interesting place. First of all, anyone who is on a platform like that, you know you can buy followers.
Yeah.
And so just that alone, like, I've had companies actually approach and say, do you want more followers? You can pay this for this many, and they'll interact with you too, so they look like real people. You've had the same.
Yeah, we all get kind of reach out in that way, and then brands that or directors that are looking for that need to be smarter and say, hey, is this legit or not? So that kind of, it's a whole thing. I totally understand it. We've seen it at red carpets. You know, instead of bringing in journalists or outlets or things like that, they're bringing in social media influencers. And I get this is not a get off my lawn kind of thing, but it's you know, the way things are changing. However, bring people in for their merit. Sure. And it needs to make sense on how it works as opposed to just numbers.
Absolutely. So this is interesting. I didn't think that they would cast.
Oh, they have. And I've seen it in a bunch of films, and it's almost like, okay, cool. Yeah, that person people know on TikTok, but then they sucked in the movie.
Sucked on
set. And then the movie got destroyed, and you're like, well, was that worth it?
Right.
Right?
Well, maybe we'll see a flip, a little reversal, depending on some of the results. Devo Brown, as always, thank you so much.
Thanks.
Based on merit, he's very good.